Live, this is News 12 and NBC 26. News at 6 o'clock. On your side.
A tight-knit community says they are scared to death as DSS investigates Irish travelers.
Make them produce the warrant.
She won't sign the
Make them produce the warrant.
She hasn't got it, she said.
Today we're on your side with a look at the legality of this investigation and what rights you have as a parent. DSS says they can interview children if they believe there is abuse in the home. This comes after DSS removed 6 girls and are trying to question even more.
But our Liz Owens did some digging and found out there's one piece that may have been missing from some of that questioning. She's on your side with what she found.
The travelers will tell you many of them don't know their legal rights, but that's beginning to change.
Fear, confusion, and anger flood over a mother in Murphy Village.
Lock me up.
And a storm of emotions downpour.
I know you're alive, but you're lying to me, and you're not going to get her. No, sir, she's lying.
Stephanie Mulholland is like a lot of the other mothers in Murphy Village right now, frightened DSS would show up at her doorstep next. Her fear became reality on Thursday.
Because they had someone called them an anonymous tip, said that my daughter was engaged because there's a picture of her on Facebook.
The picture was one like this of her daughter. In travelers' culture, parents dress their girls glitzy for special events like confirmations. She says her daughter is not engaged. The caseworker told her she could not leave until she questioned her 11-year-old daughter alone.
Why did you not want them to question your daughter?
Because they had taken other children because of questioning, just to talk, just to make for sure they're safe. They lied. They lied and took their children.
We asked DSS whether they are allowed to question a child alone. They emailed us this part of a state statute, which states they can in cases of alleged abuse or neglect. However, if you read the section above it, it clearly states DSS must have a warrant to interview a child alone and to do a home inspection.
Make them produce the warrant.
She won't sign the
Make them produce the warrant.
She hasn't got it, she said.
The caseworker eventually left.
Didn't she say she couldn't leave until she questioned your daughter alone?
That's what she said, but when she was brought down and her boss was called and she had no search warrant, she had to leave.
But knowing DSS could come back is enough to make this mother ready to pack up and leave.
Man, intense moments for some of those families over there. But what about Georgia? I know this is on the South Carolina side. What rights do parents have in Georgia?
It is the exact same as South Carolina. It's actually a federal thing, but yes, when it comes to investigations and your rights as a parent and DSS rights to interview a child alone or to do an in-home inspection, it's the same thing. But DSS does tell me they are within their rights to interview a child alone without a warrant. That's what they told me over the phone tonight. However, you as a parent are also in your rights to tell them no. DSS says they're seeking warrants. They do seek the warrants for parents that won't work with them. So they try to work with the parents first. If they say no, then they go and get the warrants.
Well, it feels like all rules go out the window when your children are being taken. These parents are going to do anything to protect them. I'm
Right,
sure.
right.
Now
A
they
lot
just
of
need to
emotions.
know legally what they've got backing them.
All right, thanks for that,
Thanks,
Liz. Well, we'll continue to follow this story next week. The 5 girls in DSS custody are due in court. They're due in court Thursday and Friday.
A great day out there on this last day of September. Temperatures are running in the upper 70s to lower 80s. Really nice and cool out there, nice and dry too. Look at the current readings as of 6 o'clock. 80 degrees right now in Augusta. Aiken, you're checking in at 77. Yes, that means it's going to be a great night for high school football. Clear skies, light breezes, and mild temps this evening. Falling into the 60s after the sun goes down. You almost need a jacket. Good luck to all the teams out there, and we'll see you in a few minutes for an update on Hurricane Matthew.
An update now to a deadly shooting back in January. The district attorney's office says Richmond County Deputy Alan Crispin has been cleared of the death of Joshua Lee. Investigators say Crispin was off duty when he was picking up his 2 kids from his ex's house and got into a fight with Lee. Witnesses say Crispin fired 2 shots after they saw Lee point a pistol at him. Lee died of a gunshot to the head and the chest.
In Burke County, 2 men facing aggravated assault charges. Trayon Bonner and Artravius Ewing are both accused of trying to rob a man on Claxton Road and shooting him in the leg. They're also searching for a 3rd suspect in connection with that attack.
Another update: in the attempt to remove a Grovetown councilman from office, Alan Stransu said he got all the signatures he needs for a recall petition of Dennis Trudeau's council seat, but it might not move forward. That's because of a hearing in Superior Court. where he'll have to provide evidence to prove the need for the recall. The petition comes as Trudeau's stepdaughter, former city clerk Vicky Capatillo, is being investigated for accusations of mishandling city money.
Grovetown continues to expand as sprawling subdivisions keep popping up on the edge of the city. As Alma McCarty shows us, leaders want there to be options for everyone moving in.
Drivers pulling up over the tracks and into the city once saw rundown mobile homes on Catherine Street.
It was real bad. I was glad to see that trailer park go.
Now they're greeted with the sights and sounds of construction workers putting up new townhomes.
It's a lot. It's a big improvement.
Living right across the road, Robert Bellavance says it's about time to replace the unsightly welcome.
If we don't do something like this and upgrade this from what it was before, an eyesore, right? We're not going to have these people come in here.
In place of mobile homes, 16 buildings, a total of 83 units.
With construction now underway, it's the most visible change in the heart of the city, but it's not the only place where development is taking hold.
That is the first of several townhome projects we have on tap right now. The kind of townhomes and apartments we're putting in now, we're essentially replacing what used to be there with a higher quality product.
Planners want to cater to everyone moving their way, and not everyone's ready to buy a single-family home, especially not in such a transient place like Grovetown.
There's sometimes a bias against multifamily homes and, as we talked about earlier, renters. And renters need a place to live too.
In Grovetown, Alma McCarty, on your side.
Tomorrow marks the first day of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and the signs are showing at the Georgia Cancer Center at Augusta University Hospital. Breast cancer survivors gathered to hang pink ribbons on the trees outside the facility. The Cancer Center says 1 in 8 women will develop breast cancer at some point in her life.
Coming up in just a couple of hours, a film honoring one of Augusta's brightest stars.
A huge welcome to Sharon Jones and the Dap King.
Documentary Miss Sharon Jones will be screened tonight at the Imperial Theater at 8 o'clock. It's all part of the Westaboo Festival. And Richard got the chance to sit down, talk with Sharon this week. But today we got some heart-wrenching news, Richard, that she won't be able to be there tonight.
Sharon Jones is in the hospital, I'm sad to say. She was feeling dizzy this morning, went to the ER, and they admitted her to the hospital just this afternoon. So all this is brand new. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a red carpet in place here in front of the Imperial Theater. Sharon was supposed to walk down that red carpet tonight. Sadly, that will not happen. And remember, she went to a lot of effort just to be in town tonight to see this movie with all of us.
Oh man, I'm glad to be home.
I bet you are. Long day, huh?
Yeah, long day, but I wish I was in here longer. I'm right back out again Sunday, so. But you know, I gotta go to the White House.
It's a rare weekend off the road for Sharon Jones, and she couldn't be happier.
Well, I know you love New York, but you love home too.
I love New York for 53 years. That's why I'm home.
She'd be home more, but her medical team is in New York. She just had her latest round of chemo this week before hopping on a plane and ending up with us on this dock.
Last few days was pretty hard because the pain is from here and all the way around. So when I go get the air in my lungs, I can't get that much air and it hurts, so then I panic.
But the stage is therapy. She spent the summer touring with Hall & Oates before canceling her own European tour because of the cancer treatments.
It was like, oh, we love you, don't worry, we'll see you soon. Take your time and come on back.
You'll get back to her.
I'll get back to her.
One thing she would not skip or even delay is coming home for this.
Please welcome back Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings.
The documentary film that bears her name already opened in theaters across the country, but she wanted it here.
I had to make sure it showed here in Augusta, and I was like, you're going to get it in Augusta. Because it's like, it's my home, and I want the people to see.
What we get to see is Sharon Jones, unfiltered and honest.
And I got angry, and I'm not going to tell you why I got angry. You see it, then you'll know why. And I cursed. I said a few bad words up in there.
But by the time she saw it, the film was finished. So what you see is what you get.
Sick, wait till you see it. I mean, no makeup, barely making it. That's who I am. I don't want to walk 24/7 like I'm a star walking down the street. You look, see me now, I ain't put no makeup. I don't need no makeup. This is me. If you're going to see me, you're going to see me looking like this. You want to see me looking cute and makeup on? I'll be on stage, on TV.
She's a long way from any stage sitting here, but music is always with her and always finding its way into our conversation.
Left my home in North Augusta at the age of 3. My mother, 2 brothers, 3 sisters, and me. Ooh, ooh, I don't need your promises. I don't need your lies.
How does Sharon Jones want to be remembered? With her music and maybe with a plaque next to a tree somewhere in her hometown. But don't ask her about any bucket list.
You know what? I was scared to get a bucket list because you might finish and then I think I'm gonna die.
But for now, dying will have to wait.
Here's to being home.
Yeah.
Here's to beating cancer.
Right.
Here's to Miss Sharon Jones.
Well, thank you.
Cheers.
The show must go on.
This movie is about great music, to be sure, but Sharon also wanted it to be an inspiration for all those men and women fighting cancer. They're also an inspiration to her, Laura. She wears the bracelets that her fans give her.
Man, what an inspirational lady and such a fighter. But again, we're hearing she is in the hospital and she is still checked into the hospital tonight, correct?
That's absolutely right. She'll probably spend the night in the hospital tonight. They were giving her fluids today. She just had chemotherapy on Wednesday, and then traveled, on a jet here.
Right.
So it's really no surprise. And she's 60 years old, fighting cancer, fighting hard. Next week, Laura, she's supposed to be at the White House performing with the Dap Kings. This woman does not want to slow down.
She doesn't know how to slow down. That's why I know this has got to be so tough for her. But we are wishing her the best, absolutely. Thanks for that, Richard.
She's got to make it to the White House, so we'll forgive her for missing her premiere here. Other events going on tonight for the Westaboo Festival, live music at the Common, children's events, and screenings of 80s and 90s movies, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and 10 Things I Hate About You. Those are classics. For tickets and info, head to our websites, WRDW.com and 26NBC.com.
And we have something a little exciting to share before we head to break. We want to announce the winner of the big ticket contest.
All right, drum roll, please.
Yeah, I know.
The lucky guy gets a pair of tickets to every event at the James Brown Arena and the Bell Auditorium for a whole year. Plus, free dinners at Mellow Mushroom and transportation to and from the event provided by Uber.
That's a pretty good hookup.
Pretty sweet deal.
Yeah, that's a good deal. Well, the winner, Corey Arthur. Big congrats to Corey. Be sure to enjoy your year of fun and food. And don't forget the little people, you know?
I know.
I love Mellow
We're
Mushroom.
here too if you need a date.
Well, that party is in full swing today in North Augusta. We got the food trucks going on. Preston.
Yeah, things are kicking off right here. You see the lines are piling up, and coming up next, we're going to tell you a lot more about this truck stop and what it's all about.
And a staple of Fort Gordon takes its final bows as the Signal Corps Army Band plays a special performance for the deactivation ceremony.